Here we are again today. This is the third part of the cup cooking over a wood fire series that Oshawabushcraft and I have started doing. Today I'm going to make a crustless quiche, and it's a pretty simple recipe. I'm going to cook it over a tripod, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do a tripod and such, because there's no water in this recipe, and I don't want to burn the have it all just burn on the bottom. Usually you bake this, so I'm gonna have it raised up pretty high, so it's gonna take a lot longer to cook, because usually it takes a half an hour to cook, you know, in an oven at 350. But I'm gonna do it over a campfire. What I brought today, move up here a little closer. Of course I have my spork, but I brought some spinach and a green onion to throw in it. I brought some shredded cheese, and then I have my eggs. That's all it is. Now you can throw whatever you want in this recipe. Ground beef is used a lot in this recipe, but you have to pre-cook the ground beef. That's why I didn't bring it out today. I'm going to do all this. Now, what I did with these eggs to bring these out, these are still in the shell, uncooked, and I just wrapped them in, as you see, some paper towel, and put them in, and then put them in here. You're not going to jog with this, otherwise they'll break. You know, there's many ways to carry your eggs into the bush and stuff and have minimal breakage. You can research that if you want. So I'm going to get working on the tripod and show you how I do that. Here's the 3 sticks right here that I'm going to use. I cut these a while ago. I've actually used these. This actually has my old wire that I used before, so I think I'm going to use it again. But I carry this. This is number 26 gauge wire, and I got that at the dollar store. I carry this all the time with me. It don't burn, so it's great for tripods and stuff like that there over a fire. So I'm going to stick this back in here, and I'm going to show you. Now, put the 3 like this. They don't have to be real tight. I'm going to just use this, like I said, the wire I already have, and I'll wrap it around. I'm going to go down under this first one. I'm going to go down through, back up. This don't have to be fancy, guys. I'm going to come up through, back down here, because this is only going to hold a pot. And then this here again, where I went up through, I'm going to go back down through. Now you probably can't see this real well, but I'm going to go back down through. That locks that in place. Then I'm going to come back over here, come up through this one. I'm going to go down through again and tie it off. And what I'm tying it off with is, you see here, I have this one wire that I started out with. It was the end of the tie off. So I'm just going to twist that around. There you go. Now you can open this up. And you have a tripod. Now that tripod, you're not going to hang off it or anything, but that tripod will, you know, hold a pot really easy. So I'm going to bring it over and put it over top of the fire, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to rig up my pot. here's my canteen cup. Right here. Now I've got my wire. What I'm going to do is wrap this around the top lip. Just underneath that top lip. As you can see. And now I'm going to tie this off here to tighten this up. I'll make it a little tighter than that. Okay, now I'm just going to wrap this around a few times. Tighten that up. And that's good enough. Now, what I'm going to do is take my whole roll, stick it in underneath here, just like that. Now, what that did, I'm going to put this back on here. You bring this, I'm going to bring this out some. You don't need this whole roll. I have it out here. I'm going to bring that up like that. As you can see, I'm going to bring it onto this side and hook it upward. And what that's going to do is that's going to put a kink right here. And with that kink, I don't know why this, there we go. I have to tighten this up a little bit. There we go. Now with this kink in here, that's going to allow that to not slip when I hang this over top of the fire. It's not going to slip. You want this in the middle. Put this kink in the other side in the middle. Like that. And then you bring this back around. Tie it here. Again, twist it around. So basically you just put a bail on your canteen cup. Just like that. Now to break this, let's take it like this, hold one end and twist. And there you go, it snaps. So that's how you put a bail on it. Just like that. Now that's going to work. You center that up any way you want. See, by pulling here, that centers it and keeps it where you want to go, where you want to have it. Now, I'm going to take this over, and all I'm going to do here is make another slip. I just put it over top of it, and I'm just going to wrap this around. Just like that. That gives me, I can hang it, and then I have any length I want to adjust it and hang it on the tripod over there. I'll get back to you then. I'm back at the cutting block, and I don't need to do nothing with the cheese right now. Got my eggs, and I have my spinach and green onion. But the first thing you have to do is, I've got some oil. This is olive oil. You have to coat the pan in olive oil first. And I just carry it in this little 1 ounce, well, it used to be an old liquor bottle. So what I'm going to do is take one of these eggs, unwrap it. I'm going to use the paper towel to coat this with oil. And that's your first step. You got to coat it in oil. Otherwise it's going to stick and, you know, not a good scene. This should help with preventing it from sticking. Yeah, that should be enough. It's coated pretty good. Now the next thing to do, that'll burn also, burn great, is cut up these spinach. And got another piece of birch bark I'm going to cut up on. But I brought a different knife to try. And it's my obsidian knife that I made. I'm going to cut this up with this. Apparently most of the stuff that I left here before is gone. Squirrels or something got at it. So I'm just cutting this up pretty fine. And I'm going to layer the bottom with this. This knife's cutting great. Sure, my hand was in the way, so you couldn't really see. So, cut this all up and layer the bottom with the spinach. And I'm gonna cut up some more here. I'll try to stay on this side. Gonna get that done. And then I'll show you the green onion all cut up also. There it is. I've got the spinach and green onion cut up in there. Now, you take the cheese, sprinkle that over top. Now, I was doing some research. Sorry for shaking the camera. I was doing some research about eggs and at room temperature. Now, an egg like that in the shell, uncooked, will last, don't quote me on this, but this here has no problem a day or two for sure. I'm pretty sure it said like 3 weeks, just like that at room temperature, before it goes bad. And it may even be longer, but look it up. Anyway, this here, a day or two in your pouch, is not going to hurt it at room temperature. So, you know, my research said. I'm going to crack these up and put them in that. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use the bag that I brought them in. Crack it with my knife. I use backside. Try to get this without making a big mess. There we go. There's one egg. Now I'll crack the other one. Get the shells out of it. Try to hold this again, both hands, and open this up. Whoa. And there we go. No shells. Woohoo! my knife down and grab my fork. And just beat them up. Okay, that's beat up pretty good. I'm just going to pour that right over top of this whole mixture. Sure she's all coated. And that's what she looks like. Right there. I'm going to put a cover on that and get the fire going. And when I have the fire going and it hanging on the tripod, I'll come back. There we go. Spinning around, you can see the fire's going. Now I'm going to adjust this so it's just above the fire. I'll bring it around this side. Wrap this around a couple times up here. It's a good thing about this wire, it bites right into the wood. All I did was wrap it up top. Now that's kind of high right there, but I'm going to establish this fire and such, and that should be good because it's getting heat, but not a lot. I don't want to burn it. So I'm going to keep on going with this here. I may adjust it. That's the good thing, like I said. Wood fires you can adjust just by moving it away or closer to a fire. So I can adjust this by lowering and highering this piece of wire that's hooked to the top of the tripod. I'll show you the progress as it goes. That's sitting about 8 inches or so above those coals and flames. I said I don't want to cook this too fast, otherwise it's just going to burn to the bottom of the pot. So I'm going to try that. Just keep on throwing on a stick, whatever, and keep those just about like that there. You don't want to put it right in flames. It's better to cook it slow than burn it. It's been 15 minutes. Let's check this out. Now you can reach right out, grab the wire here and bring this into you so you're not working over the fire. And I'm gonna open this up and see what she's doing. Yeah. There it is. She's cooking up. Looking good thus far. And put her back on the fire. Okay, we're going to check this again in about another 10 minutes. Bring it up here. We'll see if we can get this cover off. She's just hooked right there. Oh yeah. I think she may be done. Look at this. May be done. Now, I'm going to test this by sticking my fork in there and seeing if anything actually, if it comes out wet, or a little bit right there in the center, if you can see that, just a little bit. So I think I can throw that on for a couple more minutes anyway, and it's not going to hurt that. So that's what I'm going to do. It's basically cooked, but I'm going to try her a little bit longer. Well, I think she's done. It looks done to me. You can see that in there. It's not burned or anything. Take a fork. Oh yeah, she's done. I'll take this off of here and I'll show you what she looks like. I wonder if I can pop this right off the bottom. Of course I can. Bear with me. There. Now, I'll show you what this looks like. There it is. That's crustless quiche. Look up the recipe. You can put whatever you want in it. Of course, it did stick to the bottom a little bit. I'll have to wash my pan. But this here has 2 eggs in it, some spinach, some cheese, and green onion. So this you can figure out the calorie intake and so on if you like, but that's a pretty good meal. I almost forgot the taste test. Look at that cheese. That's good stuff. Very good. Like I said, you could put cut up Spam, throw that in it. You wouldn't have to pre-cook that. And the veggies you put, well, the spinach and the onion don't take long to cook. You wouldn't want to put carrots and stuff like that there because the egg cooks way faster. So, it's a good meal. Crustless quiche. Well, I'll say goodbye again. Bye for now.